our base has grown and it's starting to look pretty cool. Pretty cool, I think. Um, but this map doesn't show a lot of what's going on. The other thing I was noticing is because all this void space around us. Each one of these is like a block. Um, and so our base takes out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks radius. And there's nothing here. Why do I say that? Well, because that island is pretty far away. Hi, welcome back to our Project Ozone 3 series. I have spent some time working on this. This is second floor. I still haven't decided what's going to go up here. But as you can see, I decided to expand out some of our grasslands. We have I planted our Pam's harvest crops there. So far, I only found what you can grab from those wintry gardens, or windy gardens, I think it was. But plenty of corn. There's stuff we can make there once I get a kitchen set up. I'm probably going to want to move our permanent water source. I took the reeds down for now, or the sugar cane down, because I think I want to put our kitchen stuff in there. And there's a water source in the kitchen stuff, and we started growing some started getting some animals to spawn in. Got a horse and cow. I'm glad we got that regular cow. There's XP cow. We got some pigs, sheep, and chicken. It's all a little bit noisy. For now, you know, uh, I don't mind them being there. That plot is going to be for when we start doing some of the, let me see, this stuff, mystical agricultural. I was blanking on the name. So we'll need a plot of land where we can plant these various seeds and try to farm this stuff. Um, and then that over there is going to be where we're going to do some of our Botania stuff. Um, so I'm just kind of prepping those areas. I don't think I need any more farmland. This farmland is really just set up to keep fueling these traps. Um, but we're getting to the place now where we're getting to the point now where this base is big enough to where I'm running all over the place for, I have pre-positioned little crates for things. Um, so we really need to start getting into some type of automation. Um, and I was looking at our quest log before I started recording, and we've done a pretty good job here. I don't think there's really anything we can try to knock out anytime soon on this, so we can move down to beta now. I'm still not ready to do a mob grinder down at the bottom, um, but we could start coming here for now. But with the atomic resonator and some of these things, I'm going to delay this. I mean, we could make this episode, but I think I want to try to finish some of these. It looks like another storage system, but I've never messed with this stuff. So let's start with this item barrel. Should be pretty straightforward. Only thing I don't have is a slab. So let's take care of the slab situation there. So we do this. There we go. All right. I don't know what a barrel hammer is. And you get a barrel painter. Well, that's interesting. So let's see what these barrels look like. If it's an item barrel, I can't open it. It doesn't seem to have a inventory. All right, so That I don't understand. Well, let's just put that down and let's see what a barrel hammer looks like. So barrel hammer. What does this do? Doesn't say, but we need a barrel grade, some wool, and some iron. For this episode, I think we're going to be using a lot of iron. So let me just go ahead and grab a stack or so. Yeah, we'll grab a stack and we can always come back for more. It says we need wool. So do I have any wool here? No. We'll grab a couple wool. And then it also says we need a barrel upgrade, which is paper, cobblestone slabs. Oh, oak slabs will work. Okay. So let's do. Do I have what I need? Missing paper. I think I have a ton of paper somewhere. Paper. Yeah, I have several stacks. Okay. All right. So let's grab one of these. That makes 16 barrel upgrades. Okay. So if I have this and I make the hammer, I don't know what that does. Barrel hammer. Okay, so claim it. All right. Okay, you shift and right click. So right now it's set to oak, but if I put it at birch, oh, and then you right click and it changes what you're looking at. So if I shift right click and say I wanted it to look like a beacon. Okay, well that's kind of cool. But I still don't have any access to. What does stained glass look like? Oh, it makes it clear. Okay. I mean, it's cool for a decorative block, and there's lots of blocks in here. It's cool for decorative block, but it's not really helping me out. We'll do that. Okay, so we'll make it dark oak. So let's put that away. Hammer. Oh, you can change the shapes. It's a barrel. That's a crate. Block with a window. Okay. So, all right. So, okay, that's looking pretty good. So does it work like a crate? So if I put that in there, oh, and it tells you what it has. Hold shift, it tells you what it could store. And okay, so it works just like one of these. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, we'll hold on to this. And then a void barrel. I want to be careful with void barrels. Where's our void barrel? Void barrel. Upgrade. An upgrade and a cobblestone? Really? What do we have? So if I just take a cobblestone and an upgrade, yeah, that makes an entire void barrel. Void barrel upgrade. Okay, so you can upgrade a barrel so that it would void. All right, and then these are all the iron, gold, diamond. I won't be able to do that. All right, let's see what the controller looks like. So if you use this, so just for giggles, if I click on that, well, how do you know it has the upgrade? I don't see any indication. There's nothing really to indicate that it's voided. It has the void upgrade on it. Yeah, I'm going to make this look that way, and I need to set this apart so I can tell for sure that this is potentially the one that has the void upgrade on it. We'll use this. All right, because I will never build with with that terracotta. Okay, so okay, that's cool. Let's see what other things we can create. So let's claim that. Claim this. Claim that. Okay, so all we need is the barrel controller. Now, I have no idea what to do with that. String something. Barrel controller. This one. So I need 2 upgrades, planks, and 2 chests, and a diamond. Alright, so let's grab 1 diamond. We have chests. Let's see if... Oh, I need to grab these back. So, can we do it? Yep, we can. Oh, interesting. Interesting. So if I right click on this, I wonder, can the barrel controller, barrel painter? Okay, no, doesn't seem to affect that. What about the barrel painter? No. All right, so the controller always looks like that. That's fine. That's really cool. That's really cool. So, and if we look here, there's like hopper barrels, redstone output barrel. What was the other one I thought was cool? What is this? Stores a lot of non-stackable items. 1,000 types. Wow. No. 100,000 types. That is a lot. What goes into making that? Oh, ender chests. Yeah. I thought there was collection barrel. Collects pickups. All right. Wow. I'm just so used to all this stuff, but this looks pretty good. Pretty cool. All right. I don't know how to best we can use this to create a separate system. I'm going to go ahead and leave this here, but I'm going to hold on to this for our next project. So let's go. I made another elevator downstairs here. So this area is going to be my experimental area for now. We want to start playing around with the idea of generating energy. So the first thing we're going to need, so we'll need this really awesome cobblestone generator tier 5. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this on top. Wow, look at it go. It'll store 4,000 blocks. Right. So while that's generating, let's see about. I didn't bring any of my stuff. So let's go up again. So we're going to have this storing a whole bunch of cobblestone. Now I could do this from the generator itself, but I want to be able to move this generator somewhere else if the need arises. So let's go ahead and put one here, and let's plop that down. And let's get some blocks. But first of all, there's the issue of getting the blocks from here to here. We could do Ender IO item ducts, but I don't like alloying in our big smelter, so that's why I want to get to something that does the alloying better. So if we look here, we have pulsating iron ingot. And so if we look at some of the tools, I mean, induction smelter, alloy smelter, I want to get to something like this, right? So the full-on alloy smelter is a little tougher, but we can do a simple one, sort of an entry-level stuff. Simple stone gears, furnaces, and this simple machine required the grains of infinity. Now, if you remember back last episode when I lit up all those fires to get the grains of infinity, this is what I was building towards for what we need. So the other thing we can go for is, instead of conduit for Ender IO, we can go for ducts. Which is thermal dynamics, okay? And so I saved some of these. So we have item ducts. These are the opaque ones. You just use tin and lead to make these opaque ones, which are pretty cool. You can also make transparent ones if you have hardened glass. But for hardened glass, you need an induction smelter. But I think this makes, you could do it with fused quartz, and again, in an alloy smelter, you just put quartz in there, and you get the hardened glass. So I think getting that simple alloy smelter is probably one of the first machines we want to get up and running. Nevertheless, I can make the opaque ones, and I did. You can make the opaque ones pretty easy with just the bars, okay? And the interesting thing when you do this, it comes out with 6, right? So let's grab this, and we'll look here. So you just shift click and you get a bar, but if you notice, nothing's moving in. That's because this needs some kind of logic. Now Ender IO, there's like a plate that you can configure. Oop, didn't mean to do that. There's like a plate you can configure, but with these ducts, thermodynamics, you still have to tell the pipe what it's doing, okay? So you need to, so this point, we need something that allows us to configure what it should be doing at this end, at one of the ends. And that's why you make these servos. The servo is pretty straightforward. Just glass, iron nuggets, redstone, and ironing it. So really, I could have been making this sooner. And if I ever have to start over, I will. I'm missing a servo. Oh, I know what happened to it. Yeah, we'll talk about that in just a moment. Okay, so what you do is you put the servo at the point where you need something to extract. So we'll click it on there at the end of that duct. Now you can right click it and you can put some settings. You can put a bit of a black list on here, white list, and you can decrease the stack size if you want to slow down the flow. And then you have controls as to whether it's, it's always on or not. So now I clicked it, signal required, ignored. So it needs a high, okay. So you can set it up to where you can turn on and off these servos so that, if you had like a comparator in this block and then you send a signal to this servo, it would only turn on if the signal was high or if the signal was low. Or we're just going to ignore it completely. And here we're not putting any control at all. So once we get out, it's going to start pumping in the cobblestone. All right. I think because this is voiding, this thing is still sending stuff out. So let's get that out of there. All right, now that it's full. And we'll see how long this 64 stacks of 64 lasts. So I think that's a pretty decent amount. All right, so that's how we get cobblestone into the lava generator. Now we need to get the lava generator into something that'll create energy for us. And for that, I think the best thing I wanted to go for was a straight up magmatic generator. Now there's a couple of steps to get here, although this looks all right. This furnace generator, you basically would be burning coal, or in our case, charcoal, in order to create energy. But then we get a machine block, and so this is pretty easy, and it makes 4. So let's go. Okay, I found it. Interesting. It's talking about grid power when I'm holding this machine in my hand. I don't think this even runs off of grid power, a magmatic generator. But let me just show you the recipe again. So the way we did it was we made machines first, machine frame first. That's not that. And then we created this furnace generator using iron, a machine frame, furnace, and redstone. And then with a lava bucket and gold and stuff, we got this magma generator. All right. So if I we'll just use a block to set this up now. So if I set this up like this here and put that in there, we have no power in it. All right, machine frame, keep that blank. Okay, so here's the interesting thing. The other duct we need is we'll need a fluid duct, right? I went ahead and made these fluid ducts because it's, copper, lead, no big deal. Yeah. However, I did not notice the tooltip here. If you hold shift, it says will break if contents are extremely hot or cold. So that's where I have my missing servo, and that's why this is no longer a stack of 6. When I was first testing it out, it blew up. So thankfully, it didn't destroy any other blocks around it, but I lost. This exploded, and the servo that was connected to it exploded. So we're not going to use that. We're going to use the hardened. And if we look at the hardened lead and Invar, and again, Invar, so a lot of the hardened things, the hardened stuff you're going to have in there, Invar is another alloy. And it's just nickel and iron, stuff we've been sifting. So that's not a big deal. But yeah, so now that I have, make sure we're using the hardened, we click that there. And just like before, we take the servo, plop that on there, and then we ignore the control status. And this should fill up. And as it consumes the lava, it starts to build up RF, redstone flux. There are a couple types of power in here. There's RF, redstone flux. There is grid power that you see down here. I don't think it'll run off of grid power, but it might just be that certain machines trigger that UI component. So redstone flux and a lot of the Ender IO stuff runs off of redstone. And then there's crystal flux. And I haven't quite grasped all the ins and outs of crystal flux yet. So that's churning away. So, and this is just one station. Thankfully, the heat stand has this cooking at 120x, so that is staying lava pretty much. And then once this is full, it just keeps burning, so it slows down how much draw it takes from there, which in turn slows down how much it's pulling from there. But I plan on having a couple of these set up. I'm probably made this a little too close to the elevator, but I'm not sure if this is going to be the permanent location for this anyway. So, and you've probably seen that I went ahead and built this simple alloy smelter, again stone, to build something. Really, all of this is some stuff we probably could have built sooner. So, and what is this? This is also Ender IO. So Ender IO can run off of redstone flux. It measures differently, so I'm not really sure what that is, what I was talking about right there. But so now we have the ability to make Invar ourselves. And then if I was gonna do the bars, there's iron. Do I have nickel already brewed up anywhere? I already have some Invar. Let's go ahead and take that. Ah, yes. There we go. So we can go over here and we can put in our 4 bars there and then 2 bars here. And yeah, see, now it's just going to combine the bars to make whatever alloy we need, okay? And now we can come over here, we can grab 1 ender pearl. So there's our 6 Invar. We can grab our 1 ender pearl and 1 iron. And you can set these up for various automation, where you can have it pull from different sides, whatever ingredients it needs to pull from. So that's cool. It's taking a while. Progress. Awesome. So now with this pulsating iron, we can start making some of this, these conduits. Now, Ender IO is going to be a better conduit. See how this takes up the whole block? And so, but with Ender IO, you can have an energy connection, a liquid connection, and an item connection, all in the same, taking up the same space. You just have different bars. Although it's not as fast, I don't think. The transfer rate's a little slower, but still, you know, different things for different different approaches.